So what I want to spend a bit of time doing now is talking about a trade plan, all right, what your checklist can look like, because a lot of people don't know where to start. They don't know what to include. They don't know some of the things that they need to, include into their trade plan. And some of it is, you can't write a trade plan. It has to be in order as well, because some of the things takes a while to implement into a trade plan. And some of it feels like a little bit chicken and egg, but I want to explain that as well, because it doesn't have to be chicken and egg. So what I'm going to run through now is exactly what you need to have a profitable trading plan, okay? And then what to include. Now, first of all, we're going to give you a little template here. I think we'll send it out. There'll be a button below the recordings where you can download a sample trading plan so that you can build this out, or if not, you can create your own. Some of you like to do it in Word, Google Docs. Some of you like to do it in Excel. Many of our traders, by the way, this is something that develops over a long period of time as well, okay? Because a trade plan, if you're a consistently profitable trader, it means that you've got an edge, and an edge will deteriorate over time if you're not consistently working on it, tweaking it, optimizing it, and working on your craft. Okay, because if you're exploiting an edge in trading, it's very, very small. Okay, otherwise everyone would be able to learn how to do some big, great winning system and do it all the time. Okay, they don't. So a trade plan's always being evolved and developed. And also your values and your lifestyle will change as well going forward. There might be, for instance, you might start swing trading. Or you might start, swing trading on a certain market, a certain time frame or whatever. And then because of your motivation, maybe you start working less in your job and you have more time to dedicate to trading. Then you're going to have to tweak it and change it, and it might change. Some of you might want to make your trading more passive over time so that you have to do less. And then again, your trading will change. Your trade plan will change. So it's always evolving. It's always tweaking. It's always moving. And to maintain an edge in the market, you need to be able to do that. So unlike Monopoly, where the rules stay the same, your rules may change slightly, but it still has to be rules. All right. Now, the first thing that you need to understand when creating, if you want to become a consistently profitable trader and you want to generate consistent profits from having a trade plan, consistency is the most common thing. This is the biggest mistake that I see making. Hands down, if I'd speak to traders and they say, well, it's not quite how it was going before. It's not quite, it's not quite what I thought it would be. It looked like it was good last year, but then I'll say to them, what have you done differently? And they'll say, well, I haven't done anything differently. And I say, well, you have. What have you done differently? And they'll say, well, there was one mistake that I made, which a trader shouldn't be. And I go, there is then. Did you make a mistake before? No. Right? Or, well, there was this one trade that I had this discretion on, and I thought I knew what would happen, and I just kind of thought, well, I'll leave it this time and see what happens. Did you do that in your testing? No. Well, there you go then. Is that consistent? No. What I can tell you, consistency is the key to life, to any result in life. And if you was to just buy the euro dollar at 7 a.m. every morning and sell it back at 8 a.m. every morning, and you did that for a whole year, you would have consistent results. Now, you might lose money over that year, you might win money over that year, or you might break even over that year, but there's no argument that it would be consistent results. And that's what you want. You want consistent results. You want to be able to develop consistent results. Forget profit, forget loss, forget break even. You want consistent results, because once you can be consistent, then you can make the system profitable. Consistency is much harder to maintain than profitable systems. Trust me. That's what we've found to be true with most traders who struggle. Now, the reason the name is Consistently Profitable Trader is because it's based off of consistency. So when I say the first thing is consistency, what you want to do is start, and this is relevant to creating a plan, doing your testing, working on your trading, start putting a consistent block of time in your diary, in your calendar, to when you're going to work on your trading. All right. When you're going to spend the time looking at the charts, it needs to be the same time, ideally. And when you're going to start testing, when you're going to start doing your testing, when you're going to start learning, look at your calendar and look at a realistic time that you can dedicate to focusing on your trading without interruptions, without it having to be moved from week to week because you have to slide it up and down because you've got other things that come up. When is the dead zone that you can just go, right, I'm just going to do trading there? Or maybe you move something else and you go, right, I'm going to do my trading at 1 till 2 p.m. on every Friday. And nothing is non-negotiable. Nothing's going to get in the way. What that does, it allows you to start building a plan off of consistency. Okay, you get into the habit, you get into a ritual, you get into you get anchored into the zone. Some people listen to the same music every time they do it. Some people burn a certain candle for a certain smell every time they do it. Some people sit in the same place every time they do it. And it helps. It helps you get into the zone. It anchors you into, right, this is my trading time. And it helps you build consistency in your trading. All right. Every morning when people come to my live trading room, I play the Club to Death theme song, right, from The Matrix. And it's like, boom, 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 the boom, boom. And everyone's like, yep, in the zone. This means it's going to start. We know the exact format. And it gets you, it resets you into this zone of consistency. Right? The second thing you need to think about when developing a trade plan is you need to get real. And what I mean about get real is have realistic expectations on yourself so that you don't end up rushing, breaking rules because you're not where you think you should be. I can tell you now that if you're new to trading, it's going to take you 18 months to learn and implement anything. All right? Some people will do it quicker, very rarely. Some people go from 18 months to 3 years. But in order to get consistently profitable, it's going to be 12 to 18 months realistically before you even start placing consistently profitable trades. All right. Now, I'm not saying that's impossible not to do it like that, but we're just working off a large sample size here, and we've seen a lot of patterns. We've seen a lot of common themes, a lot of similarities, and I can tell you that if you're doing it in 18 months to 3 years, you're average. You're in the good zone. Okay. Not average, I'd say you're above average still. All right. So get real. The next thing about getting real is have an idea of like how long each of the parts are going to take you. So testing is going to take you a couple of months to test the system decent. Like unless you're spending every hour of the day working on your trading, most people who go into trading are looking to no more than an hour a day, squeezing in an hour a day, maybe a couple of hours a week. Okay. If you're doing that, then have realistic expectations of how long things are going to take. And I'm saying that it's going to take you about 20 hours to test one market on one strategy. All right. So take note of that. 20 hours for one strategy on one market to do a complete test. So now you've got a realistic expectation there. You've got real. And what that's allowed you to do now is in 6 months' time, when you're a little bit behind where you thought you would be before, you're now no longer beating yourself up because I told you so. And because you had those realistic expectations, you're now maintaining a level head, a professional head in your trading development. So you want to be realistic about time, and you want to have realistic expectations about time, and you also want to have realistic expectations about how much money you're going to make, okay, because that's all going to depend on your account. Okay, what I will say at this point is you don't want to be thinking about the money, because when you build a system that is profitable and you're doing 10, 15, 20%, 30% a year, 40% a year, okay, you are going to have a newfound confidence that you will just find the money. And you have to trust me on that. You will find the money. Whether it's investment or whether you just have a new confidence where you go, well, I didn't want to put this money into this before because I didn't have the confidence in it, but now I can see the results. I want to fund this account with every penny I can find. I want to chuck everything at it.